Hello, Paul here from EMD Automotive at Canberra, Sydney. I've got this Porsche Cayenne. Customer was complaining about two things. Number one, the actual starting the car in the morning is very slow to crank. And number two, the engine light came on. So the first thing I done was actually remove the driver's seat. Sorry, excuse me, the left-hand side seat, passenger's front seat, like that. And then we have to check the battery. So this is the battery as well for this car here. It's a 520 amp DIN. So we checked that already. Battery just says good and then says recharge. It didn't say good, 100% good. Just says the battery is all right. The battery is okay, but we needs to be recharged. Let's go to the video that I done in the morning before I actually moved the car inside. I'm going to play the video now. Okay, this is the actual video that I actually took in the morning, and I've got it on the computer so I can play it so you guys can hear how slow the starter motor is, how much delay it's got. That battery's pretty bad, if you ask me. Hear that? That battery's pretty bad, if you ask me. If you heard that, the car is actually struggling to start in the morning. So let's have a look at the actual rev counter. Have a look at the rev counter. That battery's pretty bad, if you ask me. Rev counter is not even moving and the battery is actually struggling. So let's go back here. So the first thing I done was actually charge the battery first while I'm doing my checks. So when I charged the battery, this sign was on half here, right there. So on halfway, the battery was on halfway on this car here. So what we're going to do now, I'll show you the reading I got from before. This is the actual reading I got from before for the battery. 53% health, 45% charge. All right, on this car here, I'll show you how much voltage I got. I got 12.3 volts on the battery. That's 12.3 volts, equivalent to about 60 to 70% charge. All right. So when I first charged the battery using my tool, it was already about half full on the actual my charger. So let's go back to the car and let's have a look at the fault codes I've got. And this is the fault codes I got on this car here, which is turning the engine on. So I've got to look up the fault codes description first in the Porsche menu, in the Porsche workshop manual. But let's see the difference between before and then me just charging the engine up. Have a listen to the difference. Look at that. Instant start. Alright, the car starts straight away, no delay and no struggle to actually turn over. Alright, so first thing I'll do is I'm gonna tell this customer here we're gonna change the battery, and then if he needs, and I've got to actually rebook his car in for him to come in, and then we'll look at the engine fault. At least the engine light came on. It's not something that do with the engine, it's something to do externally from the engine, so on the exhaust side. All right, so we'll look at that later. The main thing is to change the battery first, and then we'll go from there. Okay, thanks for watching and please subscribe.